Why don't you clean your windshield?
What do you mean?
I can't even see through. I'm trying to film. I can't even see through the windshield. It's filthy.
My side's perfect.
Your side is perfect.
Yeah.
That's crap. Can't even read what that says. What's it say? All right, another Wednesday night, another date night at Lowe's. I know you hate me, but whatever. All right, come on.
Wait, what are we even doing here?
It's a surprise. No, we have a huge project, and I've actually partnered with Lowe's on this new project. And Stephanie, I think you're gonna love it. So let's go inside and let me show you.
Really? Are you joking?
What? Yeah, new grill. No, I'm just joking. Come on. What do you think?
No.
No, let's go.
Wait, why are you stopping here?
Ta-da!
What?
We are putting new floors in our whole house. Not the whole house, the main floor and the upstairs floor. Like I said, I've partnered with Lowe's. They're going to hook us up and help us out on this deal. And we're putting new floors in the house for you, Ellis.
Didn't have to go too far.
No, we didn't. This is right where we walked in at. And I'm telling you, and I think you just said the exact same thing. Like in my brain had this going on like, oh my gosh, there's so many choices. But it's so weird because this happens to us all the time. It's like we go in to get something and the first one we see is the one that we usually end up buying.
What, do you work here now?
What?
What are you doing?
Unfortunately, the one that we loved, that we liked, so many people loved them, I guess they're out of stock. They don't have any. So now we're looking for a new kind. And so this gentleman said I could just go on his computer and start looking for flooring. Okay, after going back and forth a few times, Steph and I, we have come up with the answer. This is what we are going with right there. It is called Cali Longboard Sandbar. And I'll tell you what, we're in the Franklin store, Franklin Lowe's in North Carolina, and we had Jen. I don't know where she went. She doesn't want to be on YouTube, but I'm telling you, Jen was phenomenal. She was awesome, and that's what we're going with. And it's going to get delivered in a few weeks, and then Stephanie's going to put it in. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yep. All right, there she is. That's a lot of flooring. And we're leaving this weekend to go to Florida. So I don't want to leave it outside. So I'm thinking I need to put it, probably split up half there and half there. That way at least it's out of the weather. And then before I lay it, obviously I'll bring it inside and put it in and let it get acclimated before I actually lay it down. So let me tell Nana she needs to get her butt out here and move all this stuff. All right, Nana, why don't you get that stuff up on the deck here? I don't know what I'm more excited about, the flooring or the packaging. Dude, look at this pallet. Freaking beefed up. That thing's gonna be perfect to burn. Nice, can't wait for my big old bonfire to burn that thing. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Got her all moved in there. Just a little over an hour. I just moved a little over 5,600 pounds of vinyl flooring. 85 boxes at about 57 pounds a piece. So it's a good workout first thing in the morning, so it's awesome. And I'll tell you what, I'm super impressed on the way that they box this stuff up. It was really, wrapped up nice in cardboard and the plywood and the pallets, so we should have minimal damage on any of the pieces in transit there. So super stoked about that. Let's go take a look at where I have it all placed inside. I got all over the house. And I have this one set out for Stephanie because I know as soon as she gets home, she's going to want to lay a few pieces out to see what it looks like. She has been talking about this flooring for weeks as we were waiting for the delivery. So she's going to be home tonight. I won't be home, so I know she's going to want a box open that she can lay it out and check it out. So I'm going to have that one there for her there. Mama's home. Hey, babe.
Hey.
How was work?
Good. I thought you were working on the floors today.
I did work on the floors all day long today. Why?
I don't see any floors.
What? What?
I don't see any new floors though.
What? Come on. That's not how it works. You can't just put the floors down. I was working hard all day. Ask Charlie. She was here all day. Addie saw me. There's a lot of prep work that goes involved, and I got days more of prep work. Days more of prep work. Quit biting me, Charlie. So it's going to be a few more days before we get any floors down. Charlie, you are killing me.
Jay, you got any snacks?
Yeah, baby.
You do. You always have snacks. How do you always have snacks?
Dude, nuts.com, baby.
Oh!
They just show up right at my door. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, nuts.com I found is the easiest way for me to keep healthy snacks in the house. And because we have such a big family, nobody likes the same thing. So that's awesome about nuts.com. They have a huge variety from freshly roasted nuts to dried fruits to even pantry staples like specialty flours and so much more.
So why are those bags empty?
I can't stop eating them. Tyler, come on. Give me these things. Today I got some Supreme Roasted Mix. 50% less salt even. And I'll tell you, nuts.com, they take this nut thing pretty serious. They actually roast their nuts and pop their popcorn the same day that it ships. Now that's fresh. Yeah, nuts.com is so convenient. You can shop a la carte, which if you're not sure, that's where you just go in and pick one item. Or you can actually set yourself up on a hassle-free auto delivery. It took me 5 tries to say that, so that you'll never run out of snacks like I do. So right now, nuts.com is offering new customers a free gift with purchase and free shipping on orders of $29 or more at nuts.com/Jaysway. So go check out all the delicious options at nuts.com/Jaysway. You'll receive a free gift and free shipping when you spend $29 or more. That's nuts.com/Jaysway. Again, I'd like to thank nuts.com for sponsoring today's video, and I guess we'll get back to work. They got all kinds. No, get out of there. I'll let you have some.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So good.
Those are big boys.
Yeah, baby. Don't mess around with that nuts.com. So I'm going to start by just taking off all the baseboard. And the good thing for me is that this wooden baseboard, this stained 1x that I have on here, is not caulked to the drywall. If it was caulked to the drywall, I would have to cut it. And I'll show you that because I have some that is like that. So I'm hoping as much as I can, because I don't want to have to buy all this again. But what I do need to do is I need to remember where this is going to go. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a Sharpie and I'm going to label this one number 1. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to label this number 1. So that way when I go back to put it all together, I know where they go. All right, so the one good thing about this puller that I'm using is that it's wide. So it's not really damaging the drywall that much. They actually make Eric's got one that's huge. It's like this big. And I wish I had that one because the more surface on the drywall you have, the less chance of damaging the drywall. And one good thing about this one is that as I'm hitting it in, it's not really marring up the drywall too much. And I'm trying to only go where I have it nailed because that's probably going to be where a stud's at. So as I push against the drywall, the stud back there is not letting it break. And also, if it does damage the drywall at all right here, the good thing is that the thickness of my floor, whatever it's going to be, maybe 3/16 or a quarter or whatever, this baseboard is going to go up that much. So if it does damage right there at the base or at the drywall, I don't really care because the height of my floor is going to pick it up to where my baseboard is going to cover any of those imperfections, which is nice. All right, so this one's kicking my you-know-what. And I remember putting this one in. This board was really wanged. I know people over the pond loved hearing that word. Was really twisted, so I put a lot of nails in it. And as you can see, these are just 16 gauge brad nails, and they hold tremendously. It's crazy how well they're holding. So I actually went to get a couple reinforcements. I don't know if they're going to help or not, but I'm having a real hard time getting this thing off. And I just did want to show something that, again, remember I told you I was going on to the stud with this? Well, this is what happens when you don't, and this is not for the video. I actually did it because it was pissing me off, is that I put it right here, and what happened? So I'm going to have to fix that drywall there, but I'm sure it's going to happen more than just once. But a couple other challenges I'm going to have here in the dining room and kitchen is this. One are these built-ins I did, and those are pretty cool. Steph loves them, but the problem is that this sits on top of the floor, and I am not taking that faceplate off. It's just not going to happen. And another thing is, so what'll happen here is I'll have to just put a little piece of quarter round, some white quarter round or whatever you call it, a little trim piece there. And then another thing is that, okay, I got room, so I will go underneath the wine cooler, and I'll also go underneath the fridge. I got room up top, so that way you don't see any cuts there. And then here's another thing here, around the cabinets here. Again, I'm not going to try to pull off all these face trims on these things because these kick plates, they're not going to come off right and they're going to break. So again, what I'll do here is I'll just go right up against it. God, this floor is dirty. I'll just go up against it there and then just put a piece of stained quarter round or something around there. So, oh man, that's the one room done. So I pulled the couch out to get the baseboard off, and I guess you can tell we probably don't pull the couch out quite enough because let's see how many dog toys we find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 dog treats and bones. Nana, if you're watching this, I think we can... Oh, I'm sorry. 2021. I think we can stop buying bones and dog toys. Alrighty, well, since I'm trying to do one room at a time, I've come to this spot here in the living room where I'm at the old baseboard. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to pull on this and have the freaking paper from the drywall rip up. So I'll just take my utility knife here and I'll just score right across the top. All right, so one good thing about filming inside is that I always have someone, I think, to grab the camera. So I got Nana on the camera now. Rowan was helping me before, so I think I'll always have some help filming at least. But I did want to mention this one thing here. So this is something that you have to keep in mind because remember, I'm going over this old floor with the new floor. So there's going to be spots where you have to double check like this, like one of the doors. If this door was super low to the ground, and if you put a new floor in, it may not open, which would not be a good thing. Oh, here comes another dog. But in my case here, I got plenty of coverage there that even when my new floor is in, the door still has enough clearance to open. So make sure if you are doing this and you're going to go over an old floor, check all the areas, all your doors to make sure that when you add that, whatever thickness of your floor is, that it's not going to hornswoggle you where your doors open. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Long, hard week at the Perkins. No, I'm just joking. We don't work hard. But it was a long week working, and it's Friday, and I'm back at this floor. I'm going to put these sweet Cali floors in from Lowe's. Thanks again, Lowe's. But again, got to finish the prep work. Got to get rid of the baseboards. Today, we're going to be in Nana and Pop-Up's room and their TV room. That's why I'm getting a little bit of a late start because they're not real early risers. So we're going to jump in there and get all that ripped out of there and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. All right, I heard Nana vacuuming. Is she getting ready in there? She cleaning out her closet?
Yeah, she's at it already. Watch out. Nana's on the move.
So it's going to take me a while to do Nana Pop-Up's room because there's so much stuff in here. You should see their closet. It's like, you ever watch Hoarders? Yeah, that's what their closet looks like. Yeah, look at this. Exactly. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah, there's Bob's hoarder quarter.
I truly am the motto of cleanliness.
Yeah. So it might take me a while to get some of the crap out of the way to do the baseboards in here, but we're going to get at it right now. So I do make fun of Bob a lot because it's super easy. But a very, 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 very important job here for me. He is wiggling. No. Watch. Just at the very end. You just grab it at the very tip and just go back and forth. Oh. It breaks right off. All right, Bob's got a pro tip. Pulling these nails out. Let's hear it, Bob.
Doing it Jay's way. Grab the tip 4 times back and forth. Comes out. Just as easy, just as slick as can be. Yes, sir, doing it Jay's way.
Yeah, so the key is to keep it straight and go all the way back and forth to get that pivot point, and then just breaks right off. Instead of trying to pull them out or whatever, it's just, that's it. Good job. So I'm in Nana and Pop-Up's bathroom here, and I ran into my first little problem, I guess. So we have this big tub that actually no one ever even uses it, and I would love to get rid of it and put a huge shower in, but that's definitely down the road. But as of now, we got this problem. This is some crappy B-board that's up here, and the old owner, because there's nothing to shoot the baseboard to, he glued the baseboard onto this, which now I can't get the baseboard off, so I need to get rid of this. But the problem is too is that this goes up underneath this bullnose. They have a piece of 1x under here, and it's got this bullnose tile on it, and I'm afraid if I start trying to rip this thing out, I'm going to break the tile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my buzzsaw, and I'm just going to buzz underneath this 1x, and I'm going to cut this B-board out of here. And then when I do the floors, I'll put the floor in, and then I'll just put something else back there, some type of material up. Not as flimsy as this. I'll make it a little bit better than that and make it look nice for Nana and Pop-Up. But for now, I'm just going to buzz this thing out of here and rip it out. Baseboards done, finally. That took forever and it sucked. But next, the last thing I need to do pretty much to get this thing prepped is I need to cut these door jambs. And what I mean by that is that when I put this floor in, I don't want to just do that. I don't want to put a piece of trim like that. It's going to look like butt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up so that this floor slips underneath it. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I got a nice new blade on my Dewalt buzzsaw. Just a scrap piece of flooring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that on the ground. I'm going to take my buzzsaw, and then nice and flat, I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it back pretty far so that when I go to put these in, because remember, these snap together. So there's going to be times where I have to go underneath it and then maybe come back to snap it together. So I need that play. So I'm thinking that the thickness of my blade will be enough height for my floor. I will say that wasn't terrible. I'll tell you what. The new blade is where it's at. I was going to do it with an old blade, but I went to James and he was like, dude, just take this new blade I got, and it's a big titanium. It's awesome, dude, and it was ripping through that. So as you can see, this is the concept we're looking for, is we want that floor to go underneath that, and it looks so much better. Another problem, and I've been trying to ignore this one, but I don't think I can anymore. So I don't know if you can see, I don't know why they did this, but they transitioned from this to that for some reason. And the problem is that this transition piece is high. I don't know if maybe this floor is higher than that floor, but regardless of the fact, I have to go from this to this, regardless. But this thing is definitely prouting up. So I was gonna take like a planer to it, but I think that's gonna be no bueno because I'll hit the tile. But I think what I can do is, you can see here, is I think I can just take my buzzsaw, and if I keep it super flat, I think I'll just shave this down to that level. Okay, so I'm not really digging that buzzsaw thing. It doesn't work the best. So this is what I had envisioned, and I think it might be all right. I'm taking my planer, and I have it literally down all the way to 0. And all I'm doing is just running it across the floor, and it's just gonna nip away at that. Wow, that made a mess. But I think I got it. It does slope up a little bit, but to be honest with you, it's almost just like right in this corner. But I'm touching tile to tile, tile to tile, tile to tile. And hopefully I don't get a seam that stops right there, but it is what it is. But I think that stuff's pretty wide. That Cali floor is really nice. It's really wide and long, so I think it'll bridge stuff like this no problem. I probably reamed out my blades a little bit, but whatever. One of the best things about doing floors is I get to sit down a lot. A lot of the filming I'm doing on the ground, which is cool. So one other thing that I came across, and this is where I know it's going to be permanent, because I have a joint here. This is a manufactured home. I actually even forgot it was a manufactured home because nobody can tell. But it is a manufactured home, so it's 2 pieces of house stuck together, and it's on a superior wall, walkout basement downstairs. But this seems to be the seam, the middle of the house, and very so slightly here, you can see there's a little buckle where this joint comes together, and I'm just afraid that if I run my floor this way or this way, and a seam ends up right at that, there's gonna be a great chance it doesn't go together right. So I know people are already giving me crap about, I can't believe you're gonna cover those wood floors. Well, Stephanie hates them. They're orange and they're outdated, and I'm telling you right now, it would cost me 10 grand and a total headache to get this refinished. So that's why we're just going, and Stephanie doesn't like the tile in the kitchen. She wants everything the same. So we're just gonna do same floor, whole house. But because of this joint, I don't like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my planer and I'm gonna just nip off. I'm just gonna nip off this little edge just to make it flat so that I don't have any issues when the new floor goes in. Sorry guys. Well, I believe prep work is done. I think I have everything prepped, ready for this beautiful Cali floors from Lowe's to be installed. One thing I am going to do is I feel so embarrassed the way I left off the last Perkins video. I said I was going to have a big fire, and I didn't. And people gave me crap about it, and I'm feeling about this big with my fire experiences right now. So I'm going to go out and make a fire. It's raining outside, but I don't give a crap. I got to redeem myself. I'm the fireman. I'm going to get out there, make a blaze, and get it going. So, hey, stick around for the next one when we install these beautiful Cali floors, and we'll see you. Hey, just want to say thanks again to Lowe's for partnering with Building Jay's Way. Super stoked about the product. Customer service was top notch. Again, just thanks for supporting my channel and keeping this channel moving forward. We'll catch you on the next one.